Welcome back to our recorded classes, and this is Ma'am Anna Rajshekar, your English teacher. So let's get started for today's session. Before I start today's session, let me tell you what I will be covering in today's session. We will quickly do a recap of what we learned in the previous class. Then we'll move on to the different kinds of pronouns and then of course your assignments. Let's get started for today's session then. We'll quickly do a recap of what we learned in the previous class. In the previous class, we completed the lesson Uttanka's Gurutakshana. We also did start a new chapter in grammar, which is pronoun, and we saw what pronouns are. And I did also tell you all the kinds of pronouns. There are about 8 kinds of pronouns, and we did learn about personal pronoun as well. So let's continue with the next now. Children, there are many kinds of pronouns, but we will learn only the 8 pronouns. Okay, so we look into the pronouns once again. So the 8 kinds of pronouns are personal pronoun, possessive pronoun, reflexive pronoun, demonstrative pronoun, indefinite pronoun, relative pronoun, interrogative pronoun, and distributive pronoun. In the last class, we did learn about personal pronoun, but in case you missed that out, or if you didn't understand, this is a recap. I would want you all to pay attention. What are personal pronouns? Personal pronouns refer to the person speaking, the person spoken to, and the person, place, or thing spoken about. And please look at your right hand side of the picture. If it is a singular, all right, if you're talking about one particular thing or one particular person, all right, we use he, her, him, I, it, me, she, and you. For example, I gave a gift to you. And if you're talking about more than one person or thing, we use them, they, us, we, you. For example, we like to dance. Now children, always remember in personal pronoun, the first person is always you or me, whoever is speaking. The second person means the listener, the one who is listening to you or the one who is listening to me. The third person is about whom we are talking. All right. So if you're talking about something, now if I and you are talking, and if we are talking about someone else or something else, so that particular thing will become the third person. Hope it's very clear, children. Do not get confused. Let's look at the second pronoun, which is the reflexive pronoun. What does reflexive mean? Reflexive means looking at your own image if you're standing in front of the mirror, something which comes back to you. Let's look at the definition. We use a reflexive pronoun to indicate that the person who does the action of the verb is the same person who receives the action. Now, something that you're doing to yourself or something that we are doing to ourselves, something which is done by our own self is called reflexive pronoun. Let's look at these examples. I cut my hair myself, which means you're not taking anyone's help, you're doing it yourself. All right. In this example, I does the action of cutting the hair, and at the same time, I gets the action of the hair being cut. Look at the second one. We defended ourselves brilliantly. In this example, the reflexive pronoun ourselves refers back to the subject of the sentence. Now, I did teach you all what is a subject. Subject is the person whom we are talking about. And look at this example. John talks to himself when he is nervous, which means that John is talking to himself. All right. In this example, himself refers to John. Look at some more examples. Be careful not to cut yourself with that knife. A cat washes itself after every meal. We baked the cake by ourselves. Come in, everybody, and find yourself a seat. The children clean their room all by themselves. Bears like to rub themselves against a tree. The bird washed itself by splashing in a puddle. The players train every day to keep themselves fit. Now, in this reflexive pronoun, we use words like yourself, itself, ourself, themselves, myself, himself. All right. So all these words, when you look at these words in a sentence, you must be sure that it is a reflexive pronoun. Let's look at demonstrative pronoun. What is a demonstrative pronoun? A demonstrative pronoun points out a person, place, thing, or idea. Not only that, it specifies things like this, that, these, and those. Look at these examples. That is a circuit breaker. This is our emergency shelter. Those are electrical appliances. These are bottles of water. Now let's look where and when to use that, this, those, and these. Now, if you're talking about something singular, which is if you're talking about one thing or one person, and if it is something near to us, we use this. So, this refers to a person or thing that is near the speaker. For example, this book. And if you're talking about something far off from us, we use that. That is used to refer a person or thing that is distant from the speaker. And if it is more than one thing or one person, we use these. And if it is near to us, we use these. And if it is far off from us, we use those. Now, these are used to refer people or things that are near the speaker. For example, these books, and those is used to refer to people or things that are distant from the speaker. Example, those books. Children, hope this is very clear. And now comes interrogative pronouns. What are interrogative pronouns? Or tell me, what do you understand by the word interrogative? Interrogative always and always means asking questions. Look at these definitions. Interrogative pronouns are question words used to inquire about person or thing that we do not know about. An interrogative pronoun is used when asking questions. It takes the place of subject or object in the sentence. Now, even in interrogative pronoun, there are 5 types. What are they? We use what, who, whom, which, whose. For example, what is the time? Who writes poem? Whom do you want to talk to? Which book do you want? Whose watch is this? Now let's see where to use who, where, when, why, what, which, and how. Now, who is used for person? Who was at the party? Who is your best friend? Now we use where for positions or place. For example, where do you live? Where did you go? And we use when for time, occasion, or moment. When is your birthday? When did you get up? And we use why for reasoning or giving an explanation. Why are you sad? Why didn't you call me? And what is used for specific thing or object. What are you doing? What is your number? We use which for choice or alternative. Which dress is good? Which leg hurts? And the last one, we use how for way, manner, or form. How was your day? How do you know her? Children, hope these examples are self-explanatory and hope it was useful, children. Let's see what possessive pronouns are. Possessive means something which is yours or something which belongs to you or something which belongs to someone who is very close to you. Let's look at the definition. Possessive pronouns are pronouns that show ownership. In other words, something belongs to someone else. For example, my, mine, your, yours, his, her, hers, its, our, ours, their, theirs. Look at these examples. The kids are yours and mine. The house is theirs and its paint is flaking. The money was really theirs for the taking. Now let's look at where to use these words, which is mine, yours, his, hers, ours, theirs, and yours. Okay, in a sentence. Her parents were far more liberal than mine. You probably picked up my keys instead of yours. You probably picked up my keys instead of his. Your account of events does not correspond with hers. Your dormitory is no better than ours. Dormitory means a place where most of them sleep. It is like a group of people sleeping in one room is called a dormitory. His view eventually prevailed over theirs. Our house is not comparable with yours. Let's look at what distributive pronouns are. The pronouns which refer to persons or things one at a time is called a distributive pronoun. For example, words like either, neither, each. Look at these example sentences. You can drink either tea or coffee. It's a choice. You can drink this or that. She can neither see TV nor play, which means that she can't see TV nor she can go out for play. Now, each of us bought the book. Give the chocolate to each. Now, look at these very carefully and please listen carefully, children. Each, either, and neither are called distributive pronouns because they refer to person, place, things one at a time, as I did tell you. Now, very important thing, note that a distributive pronoun is always singular and as such, it should be followed by a singular noun and verb. Okay, now each new day is different. You cannot write not each new days are different. Okay, and look at the second one. Either girl can do that. It is not either girls can do that. It should always be singular. Neither answer is correct. Not neither answers is correct. No, not neither answers are correct. Okay. Now look at this also very carefully. Each of, neither of, and either of are followed by plural nouns and singular verbs. Okay. Each of the answers is correct. You cannot write not each of the answer is correct. Neither of the girls can do that. Not either of the girl can do that. Okay. So do you know the difference in the first one and the second one? Now, either and neither should be used only in speaking of two person or things. When more than two person or things are spoken of, any, no, one, or none should be used. Hope this also is clear, children. Hope you all have understood. Children, let's see what indefinite pronouns are. An indefinite pronoun is a pronoun that does not refer to a particular person, place, or thing. Alright, so does anyone know the story of Midas? Most indefinite pronouns are either singular or plural. I've put up a lot of examples, children, and the words that you can use for indefinite pronouns. Please go through that. Alright, let's look at the last one, which is relative pronoun. What is relative pronoun? A relative pronoun is used to connect a clause or phrase to a noun or pronoun. You see them used every day, with the most common relative pronouns being who, whom, which, whoever, whomever, whichever, and that. Let's look at that example. Peter is the one who gifted me a scarf. It is made up of a fabric that is very soft. In simple words, children, relative pronouns are used to join two sentences. Now, that can be used to describe people, their profession, tools, and who is used to describe people again. That and which are used to describe tools. Where is used to describe places. I've put up some more examples for you. You can understand it even more better. All right. And now it's question time. Hope you're ready with a paper and pen, or get ready with your mobile phones. Start typing. Tell me how many kinds of pronouns that you all learned. How many kinds of pronouns that you all learned? What is a pronoun? What is a pronoun? Define relative pronoun with an example. Define relative pronoun with an example. Let me see who will be the first one to write and send it to me. All right. Let's quickly recap what we have learned today. We learned the 8 kinds of pronouns. The first one is personal pronoun, which refers to the person who is speaking, the person who is listening, and about whom we are talking. Second pronoun, reflexive pronoun. A reflexive pronoun is used when the action done by a person is directed back to him. Then we also looked into demonstrative pronoun. A demonstrative pronoun is used to point out at the object or object it refers to. Interrogative pronoun is used to ask questions. Possessive pronoun refers to position, that is ownership. All right. And we learned about indefinite pronouns. They are used to refer a person or thing in general. And the last one, relative pronoun, refers to the noun or pronoun that is mentioned earlier in the sentence, and they are used to join two sentences with words like who, whom, whose, which, and that. Now let's look at your assignments, children. Children, definitions I will be giving in the next class. Okay, for today, you will only have homework. On page 35, activity B, and page 36, activities C and D, you will have to write the answers in the reader itself with pencil only. Once again, I'm repeating. In your grammar book, turn to page 35, activity B, and page 36, activity C and D. Please do it in your grammar reader itself, not in your homework book, children. All right, hope I'm very clear. And Monday, I will let you know if I will give the definition or we will have a Zoom class. Okay, all the details I will send you a day prior. All right, now until we meet in the next class, children, I request you all to go through all the notes that I'm sending. Go to the definitions. Please watch the video till the end. Don't just keep sliding the videos, and in the end you will not understand what is being taught, nor you will understand what you have to write in the classwork and homework, because I still keep getting messages, ma'am, what should be done for homework? Are these question answers to be written in the classwork or in the grammar book? So all these questions you will avoid asking me, provided you see the video completely. All right, children. Now, until we meet in the next class, this is Ma'am Anna Rajshekar Bidding goodbye, take care children.